You won a Michelin Star for 11 Wood Fire, which was, I mean, in any chef's career, that's such a career defining moment. How was it like for you? How did you feel?
I don't know how to really put in words. Like now I'm telling people like, okay, after all these years, look
Yeah, I'm
who's
a
back.
Michelin Star chef.
Yeah, look who's back. Or look,
That's pretty cool. It was a wild experience for you, right?
yeah, it was just work, home. Honiara is one of the most dangerous places to live. I left Solomon Islands, and a few months later, the city got burned down to the ground.
It was like fate, like you were meant to see him, you were meant to meet him.
So he's my junior sous chef. He's married. He has a kid. He drives a car.
Wow, amazing.
He was washing cars. Can you imagine?
Desert Media presents The Bigger Picture. Hello, Chef Akmal. It is so nice to have you on the Bigger Picture podcast today. I know you're a very busy person, so thank you for taking the time out. How are you feeling?
Thank you, Hiwa. Thank you for having me here. Feeling good. Very excited to do this podcast.
Same here. I'm so excited. But starting off with the first question, I wanted to say that you are one of the most popular chefs in the UAE, and I wanted to know where it all started, and I want to know more about the person behind the chef.
I don't know about popular, but I started working with my parents back in Singapore. So they started this hawker stall in the heart of where we lived back in 1992. So I was 9 years old, very young. Don't know anything, it was pre-social media days, was still TV.
You can't promote on Instagram and all that.
Nothing. So they took that risk. They jumped into that. So at a very, very, very young age, I would be helping, taking all those dirty plates from the table, cleaning, all the dirty odd jobs I would do. And that grew from year to year. When I hit 18, that was my passport to leave and do this, do that.
Yeah.
I could access to many things. So I did really stupid jobs, like I would sit by the truck driver, do deliveries or Singapore had the train system. I would set up lifts for the same.
Any possible job you can think of.
$20 an hour job, $15 an hour job. Well, I had money, So then came one day, a very good friend of mine, schoolmate. He was the first few who had the motorcycle license. So we didn't have that yet. He had that. So come, let's sit on a bike. Let's drive off. Go somewhere right now. So we drive to town. I was sit there. I was sitting with him. I was just smoking and looking around, wasting time. And then from that window of that restaurant, there was a chef with a white toque, right? White uniform, white pants, white shoes, white socks. And that looks like a very, very serious chef.
Yeah.
Like proper. So we were like looking at the place, and then it says Les AMIS, Amis.
Oh.
So I didn't know how to speak French.
Yeah.
So Les Amis. What is this? Les Amis. Then a few days after, I can't really remember how many days after, I was looking for a job, like classified, right? Remember those days, newspaper, you flip through. Hey, Les Amis, looking for...
Oh, you saw that?
Yes, I saw that.
No way.
Les Amis, same location, Orchard Road. Looking for commis, looking for waiter, looking for that, cook, whatever. So, I'm going to go down. So I know the place, I go down. Took a bus, went down, knocked on the door. I think they were doing lunch service.
Okay.
So maitre d' came out, French guy. They say, who are you? What do you want? So I was with a long sleeve shirt, jacket, no CV, no nothing. He said, what do you want? I said, I saw an advertisement on the newspaper. I want to apply a job.
Yeah.
Okay, so he sat me one corner somewhere. The chef would literally came 2 hours later.
You were just waiting?
Yes, I was just waiting. Nobody gave me water. Nobody said anything.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just sat there.
You were just sitting patiently.
Yeah, because
You can't do anything.
Yeah, I never did an interview at all.
Oh,
I
that
never,
was your first one?
Yeah, all the jobs was like, okay, you want a job? Okay, go.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
So this is like proper interview. A paper came. What was this? Application form, right? I would write your qualification, whatever, and then I remembered expected salary. I had put in $1,200. Okay, that was basic $1,200. Chef came. Finally, he said, "What are you here for?" I said, "I want to cook."
Yeah.
And then he said, he looked at me, he said, "Give me your papers." I said, "I don't have papers."
Oh, like your experience and all of that. He wanted to know
Even I only graduated N level. I don't have anything else. So he said, "No, you cannot become a commie or a cook. You have zero experience." I remember the word he said. "Here you're working like commandos," he said. I said, "What do you mean commandos? I'm lost, you know." And then, come, let me show you around. So he showed me around. Everything he showed me literally wowed me. Like
Everything was organized and all of that.
Yeah, I didn't express it, but first time I saw Europeans like working in suits.
Yeah.
I saw chefs, professional. He said, "Do you want the job or no?" I said, "Yes, I want to work here." He said, "Are you currently working?" I said, "Yes." And that was like a Monday or Tuesday, something like that. He said he removed that paper and he canceled out. He put 700. And then I said, "No way." In my heart, I said, "This is $500 too much." Like $500, I could buy so many things. Like those days, so young, I would be like,
exactly.
"Oh, I could buy cigarettes. I could buy, stupid
Those
stuff."
were the kind of things on your list.
Stupid stuff. My brain was so stupid. I said, "Yeah, okay, sure." Then he said, "Come on Wednesday." Come on like 2 days after the interview. I said, I gotta resign. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. So I said, "Okay, sure, I will come." So I went back to my old job. So it was like a nightlife place, right?
Yeah.
I would work from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. kind of thing. The place has already closed for a long time now. So I went to the chef. I said to the guy, "I got a new job."
Okay.
So he said, "Why? Why you need to leave me? So I got a better job. I got a place at Les Amis.
Les Amis?
Les Amis, right? It's
Yeah.
Les Amis. So I said, "I got a place at Les Amis." And he said, "Oh shit, really?"
That's big for you.
Yeah, he knew that place. I said, "Oh yes, I got it." "How much is he paying you?" So I was paid back then 1,200. That place paid me 1,200.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I said,
it was like a step down for you from like
No,
the
but-
money point of view.
but listen. So I told him they're paying me 2,000.
Typical. So maybe he can like increase it for you.
Yeah, so he said, he tapped my back, said, "You know what? Good for you. I think you should go. Good play. They pay you better. Go." So came to my first job, first day. For a good 1 month, I didn't even touch a pillar. Not even a pillar.
He wouldn't let you in the kitchen.
Nothing. All I did was wash salads, right, in ice cold water. It really hurt your hands, pot wash, scale fish, and that's it. Mop the floor, sweep the floor, mop the floor, sweep the floor, wipe the table. That's it. Throw away garbage, clear the garbage. This. After one kept me thinking,
Maybe
why?
this was a wrong decision.
Yeah, why, right? Why I do this? I'm young. I'm full of energy.
Yeah.
So it was a point where that disciplined you. Mike Tyson said, discipline is something you do over and over again, and those things are things that you don't enjoy doing.
Yeah.
That's discipline. You act like you enjoy it, but you don't enjoy it. So I was doing that. Slowly, they told me to do asparagus.
Okay,
right?
like one step up every time.
Exactly. So, start doing herbs. This is a stupid job.
Yeah.
So, but still, I felt
But you
very
started
privileged.
somewhere, right? Yeah.
Okay, cut butter,
Okay.
Cut butter, French butter. Slowly I ended up working 2 years in that place. So the chef is called Justin Kwek. He was the star of the Singapore chef. He was Chinese, but he trained in France for many years. Just that small part, it takes so long to explain.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
fine.
yeah, and then I think every male Singaporean has to go through a service, national service.
Okay.
So that letter finally came. I had to go and serve my country. I was given a vocation to do firefighting, do your medical check, report to a camp,
Okay.
like a certain camp. Okay, that's it. You're a rescue. So first I was a rescuer. So you go to for a 3 month what do you call it, like a basic military training.
Yeah.
After 3 months, they will send you to a unit. So my unit was firefighting, but I was still the cook in the fire station.
No way. You used to
Yeah.
cook for everyone there?
Yeah, time to time I would do barbecue and all that. I was still a cook, and I would do part-time jobs for the same Les Amis restaurant.
Okay.
So I would
whenever
come
you
back
have
and
time.
do part-time jobs. So I was still cooking, although I was doing physical work. I was still cooking, and then finish that. I said to myself, I want to get out of Singapore. I'm sick and tired of Singapore.
So how old were you by then? Like, so you're done with your chef gig, then you're done with the firefighting. So how old were you when you were you said you wanted to move out of Singapore?
Yeah, I think 21, 22. So I got an offer to work in a South Pacific island. It was called Solomon Islands.
Okay.
Okay, not many people know this place. The city is called Honiara. So job offer came, offer letter. The title or the letterhead said Pacific Casino Hotel. So I said, wow, this must be Las Vegas or
It must be so fancy.
Macau, Hong Kong, like that, There was no way for you to research anything back then.
Yeah, so like not using Google or anything?
Nothing. There was no Google back then. There was probably Yahoo and all that, but it wasn't much.
Wiki or something?
No, nothing.
No.
Nothing. Signed and took the
You
job.
accepted it without like looking into it because you just wanted.
I want to get out.
Yeah, you just wanted
So
to get
one of the bosses flew to Singapore and met me. He looked very rich. He looked
fancy.
posh, So I enjoyed talking to him. I said, this is gonna be a great place to work.
It wasn't. I'm guessing it wasn't.
So I flew first time in my life, in my family, the first guy to immigrate or to fly out in family, It was very hard for me.
That's so interesting though.
Yeah, it was very hard. So I'm the first in the family to actually fly out and work. So it was quite difficult. My mom, my dad and all that. So
Yeah, they must be worried about you as well.
yeah, I'm scared too. I never took any flight more than 45 minutes. This is 7-hour flight. So I looked out the window. It was daytime. I look out. Trees and trees and trees and trees. No, nothing. Just trees. Say, okay, maybe the city in front. Nothing.
That was it.
Nothing. So it was out of nowhere. It was like a very big island. The worst landing ever. It was a World War II 1942 landing strip. Imagine the American made that airstrip, that landing strip, and it landed on the same since 1942.
Oh my god! And this is after Singapore. Like
After
Singapore is such a
Singapore.
developed, modern
Yes.
country, and then you were probably thinking, oh my god, can I just get a flight back already?
Well, I was very worried. I was a big tough boy.
Yeah.
Big boy wants to work overseas. Okay, now. Okay, so drove down. Took about an hour to drive to the hotel. It was only 2-floor hotel, and then small little casino.
Okay, that was the place where you had to work.
That was the place. So I came in, saw my bosses. They were, I don't know how to explain. They were literally gangsters,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that was like, you were not expecting that, obviously. You were
No.
expecting professional people.
No.
So where were you staying? Like, what was your accommodation like? Was it like a hut or was it like a proper house?
We had a house. I had to share with my
Okay.
manager. She was from Fiji. yeah, it was like that. It was just,
It was a wild experience for you, right?
yeah, it was just work, home. Honiara is one of the most dangerous places to live in the world.
So how long did you stay there?
I stayed there 1 year.
Really?
Yeah, so there is no police. There's no policing. There's military only. It was something else. Huh? So people who come to eat in the restaurants are government officials, yeah, high rank officers from this and that. You don't have tourists. Zero tourists. Zero tourists. Maybe 10% residents. And most of them are Chinese. Funny thing, they are Chinese. They have businesses. They have Chinatown. Look, I left Solomon Islands, and a few months later, the city got burned down to the ground.
Okay, what?
That is in the news. I'll share you the
Really?
news. Yes,
No
I left.
way.
I think just a few months
You
after.
got so lucky, like
Yeah,
you left
there
right
was a
before
racial
that.
riot. There was a racial riot. So people who lived in that country were tribes. They have tattoos on their face. The tribal people. They would kill and then run back to the jungle. A guy would be jealous of the wife because she's smiling to
And
another
the
guy.
other guy, oh my lord.
Yeah, throw in the market.
You've had a wild life. I feel like you've lived a lot of different lives.
I worked 1 year without a single day off. I'm not exaggerating.
No weekends or anything. I mean, what would you do there on a weekend anyways? Because you're mentioning, right? Like there wasn't anything to do. It was just work,
If I'm
home.
if I'm lucky, a friend would invite me. Let's go fishing.
That's like a hands-on experience. How do you think all of these experiences have helped you to be who you are right now? Like managing different restaurants.
I try to keep things very simple. I don't like to overcomplicate or try to be corporate. I'm not a corporate person. I was never trained to be corporate. So I like communication. I like people to talk. Whether it's gonna be good or bad, painful, or talk. And my processing style of when I get an information, when I process, I tend to be quite quick in responding. I like to do things immediately. I don't like to wait. Inez, my wife, works with me.
Okay.
She's like my legal counsel.
Okay.
In a
All
way.
in one.
She's black and white. I'm a little bit gray, right? Sometimes my thought process of my decision making is very emotional. She's very yes or no.
Okay. Very practical.
Yeah, I hate to say this, and I don't wanna acknowledge this too much, but she's always right.
Women are always right. What can I say? I hope she's listening to this. She'll be very happy.
her intuition, is it?
Yeah. It's
Or gut
good.
feeling, or most of the time, right? I don't know why, how things are always like that. I sit back and not relax. I sit back and make sure the strings are all fine-tuned, the melody is good.
And you won a Michelin Star for 11 Wood Fire, which was, I mean, in any chef's career, that's such a career-defining moment. How was it like for you? How did you feel? And what was the impact on your career after you received the Michelin Star?
To say happy or overjoyed, that's a simpler way to explain it. But it didn't happen. That star didn't happen to me on that particular year. I've always worked in very, very good places, like from the start. No, Les Amis, very good.
Exactly.
That was a 3-star Michelin. Now, still, it's a 3-star now. Because back
Really?
then, there was no
Michelin Star.
there was no Michelin Star. So it's 3-star now. Okay, then there's another place that I worked. It's called Saint Pierre. It's a 2-star place. So I've always had this in me, right?
You manifested it, I think.
Yeah, I always wanted to work in. I only wanted to work in very good places after Les Amis, and I somehow have this in me that when it's my place, it will be like that. It has to be like that. I'm not saying anything big about me, but
Yeah. You're just like you're like a perfectionist.
no, I'm not a
No?
perfectionist. I'm never a
Okay.
perfectionist. I'm a control freak. I didn't really care for the star, to be honest. I didn't really care for getting the star. What I really cared about was like, you know, now you see, now like, okay, I don't know how to really put in words. Like now I'm telling people like, okay, after all these years, look,
Yeah, I'm
who's
a
back.
Michelin Star chef.
Yeah, look who's back. Or look,
That's pretty cool.
you know, going back, I had to hire some staff, right? And nobody wanted to work for me or with me because I was nobody. This was 2016.
Okay.
I went to buy vegetables, you know, in plastic bags, Union Co-op in Al Safa Road. This guy is cleaning my car. I told him, no, I got to go now. And I saw his hands full of burn marks, you know. See, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So he said, I'm from Nigeria. I got burned because I went into a burning house to save a nephew or a cousin.
Oh my God.
He got burn victim. Then I looked at him, I'm like,
Oh God.
man, you're Superman.
Exactly.
You're a hero. This shows your heart. This, you know, you're risking your life in and out. I said, rather than you stand out in this heat, washing cars, come and work in my restaurant, I'll make you my dishwasher. Okay, he came in.
This was for Three Fields, right?
He came in and worked. He struggled, you know. He couldn't understand the system. He couldn't. No, he was a rough person, like rough guy, Nigerian, from Lagos, you know, kind
It
of like
took him
that.
time to learn.
Yeah, this guy has no clue in restaurant, and now he's my junior sous chef in Goldfish.
What?
Yeah.
That's such an interesting story.
Yes,
Oh my God.
he's married. Has
You've changed his life. Like
has a kid.
It was like fate. Like you were meant to see him. You were meant to meet him. And
Yeah.
now he's still working with you. That's
Because
amazing.
when I went for an interview in Les Amis, I didn't have paper too.
Exactly.
So when I saw him, just looking at him, the character, this guy could do anything. He went into a burning house.
Yes.
What else?
And now
Tell
he's
him-
like washing cars and like
Yeah.
in the Dubai heat as well.
Yeah. What's peeling 10 kilos of onion?
Exactly.
Right. So he's my junior sous chef. He's married. He has a kid. He drives a car.
Wow, amazing.
He was washing cars. Can you imagine?
That's so good. He's come a long way.
Yeah, I just provided probably what God.
Just some training, like in the beginning. Obviously, in the beginning, people don't understand how the kitchen works and everything. But I think with time, you can learn anything. Yeah. So, do you visit all your restaurants like weekly, or how do you manage
Every
that?
day.
Every day. So,
Every day I pop into either one.
okay. So, walk me through this. So, you have two in Sharjah, I think. One in Dubai, one in Abu Dhabi.
Two in Dubai.
Two in
So
Dubai.
Goldfish and Woodfire is in Dubai.
Okay.
Abu Dhabi we have Otoro. And then I'm a food consultant or creative consultant for 53 in New York. So every day I wake up, check email, check WhatsApp, see what happened last night, reports, see the revenue, what happened, this happened, complaints. I process that, you know. I drink a coffee, I'm thinking, okay, what should I do? What should we do? My kids wake up, and that's 1 hour, 2 hours of them. You know,
Okay.
they're full of energy. You know, they cannot
Yeah.
sit alone. They make a mess once here, everywhere.
How old are they?
So 3 girls, 14, 8 and 6. No, sorry, 14, 9 and 7.
Okay.
Yeah, their birthday just passed. So that needs to be sorted. And then I go to one restaurant. If there's a meeting in Sharjah, I go to meeting in Sharjah.
Yeah.
If there's a construction needs to be seen, I go to construction. If there's a menu tasting, I go to menu tasting. My job is problem solving.
Okay.
Yeah, people know me as Akmal the chef. Akmal, this guy can cook this, can cook that. But all I do
Is solve problems.
is sort out stuff. But it comes to something very, very serious.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to take a decision what to do.
And then you call your wife.
No, mostly no.
Okay.
Mostly, wife is how do we move forward in
Okay,
terms
how
of
do
the
we grow?
business? Yeah, how do we
Yes.
grow?
Okay.
Money, all that payment. So that's how it is.
Have you inspired any of your daughters to get into cooking?
My daughters are very spoiled. I
You
s-
cook for them.
Time to time, yes.
Yes.
But mostly they go to my restaurants because they're spoiled. So they're like, we want sushi today, so they get to go to Goldfish, or if we have Abu Dhabi, go Toro. You want steak, they go to Woodfire. You know, very spoiled kids. So I would like them to be able to work with me, not for me, work with me. So I have a company and I don't work in the kitchen. Not
Yeah.
necessarily need to cook, but if any of them or all of them would like to say, okay, I'll be your creative designer
Yeah.
for the restaurant, I would be finance, or I would be HR. Happy as that in the
Perfect.
world. Perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Because I need this.
Sorted within the house. You have the whole company.
Exactly. So 2021, I was easy, so busy, you know? Like, it was,
Because starting up a new place, it requires a lot of.
people were locked down 2020,
Oh,
right?
yes,
And
yes.
people was like,
It,
no, everybody get out.
It was so difficult.
Yeah, everybody wanted to eat. Everybody, it's 2021, so many new restaurants opened, you know?
Yeah.
Did you realize?
I think during COVID, people were just like brainstorming and coming up with a lot of different ideas. And then as soon as like, the quarantine and everything was over, there were just like 10, 20 new restaurants.
Oh, more.
Yeah. Like I think in Dubai especially, every week there's like at least 5 restaurants
Yeah,
opening, right?
Easy.
It's crazy. Like the competition is just insane.
Easy. You know, when I first started with those guys with Three Fields, right? 2016, there was nothing in Dubai.
Three Fields was like one of the pioneers.
Nothing. There was nothing. And me being independent and serving no alcohol was unheard of. My sous chefs that I brought back then to view the place, they looked at me like, are you crazy? But again, like I told you, I make decisions like this, you know?
Like just on the spot.
Yeah, just on the spot. And look what it turned out to be, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, you moved from Singapore to Dubai. And this was obviously to start up new restaurants and everything. What is something that you still miss about Singapore? And is there a reason that would make you move back to Singapore, or you like Dubai? That's a tough question.
Yeah. Channel News Asia did an article about me. I think last few weeks, 2 weeks ago. The title was like, you're underappreciated back at home.
Yes.
That's why his talent is
Oh.
for somebody else. Kind of like that.
How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I felt like that. You know, my community is the minority in Singapore. You know, Singapore is prominently, Chinese, 80%. So yeah, minority. My race, people don't see them as chefs, right? We are more like the general worker.
Okay.
Right? Those days, not now. Now you have
Now it's different,
bankers,
yeah.
lawyers, and all that. So that's why I left. I left because I was good, not because I wanted to leave.
Yes.
I got headhunted. I was good, and when I saw salary comparison, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? This was 2013. I had offer from Moscow. I had offer from London. I had offer from Bangkok. And Dubai was last. And you know, funny thing, I didn't want Dubai because I got a lot of friends who came to Dubai
Okay.
and came back here disappointed.
Because maybe they didn't find the right job or something like that. Because Dubai lifestyle can be expensive, by the way.
Not lifestyle. They didn't like the culture. They didn't
Okay.
like the work culture, I mean. They didn't fit in. So the offer came and I'm like, no, not interested. And then they actually came to Singapore and met me.
Oh, like-
Yeah, they flew to Singapore.
They really wanted you.
they wanted to look for the right person. So
Yeah.
4 of them came, ate in the restaurant that I worked, had a meeting at night, and then one of the manager or director said, "We'll fly you in, just have a look." I said,
Tempting.
nobody does this, no?
Yeah,
Normally
exactly.
we fly you in, food tasting, this and that,
Exactly.
no? Fly you in, everything. So when I flew in, and they said, you can bring your wife too. So I brought my wife also. First time in my life I flew, it was a BMW limousine, you know.
Oh, it was
You
like a
know,
whole fancy
yeah, it was a
experience.
end of November thing. Weather was really good.
Yeah.
So nice cold towel in the car. Drove down, went to Royal Meridian. So that was the place. I'm like, what is this place?
Is this heaven?
Yeah, bread and breakfast, this and that. I had meeting, go lunch, and obviously nice dinner.
Yeah.
Zuma has to be Zuma. So Zuma, and like blew my mind. So I'm gonna move
Yeah,
here.
nice. Honestly, Dubai is just perfect in every way. I feel like it takes you just a couple of days to fall in love with it.
It's because it's so it's red carpet service, you see.
Yeah. Even the customer service here is just next level. When you travel, you realize how important that is, what we have in Dubai right now. So basically, with your busy schedule, what is one thing that you do to disconnect with everything? And when was the last time you actually did it? Just like disconnect with everything work related, basically.
You know that question really don't exist. Yeah,
Okay.
it's so hard to disconnect. That's a problem, to be honest. Um, Everything affects you because pretty much all my restaurants are new, all learning to walk in a way.
Exactly.
Needs a lot of attention, needs a lot of nurturing, you know. I try time to time, so difficult, you know. I blame the phone, you know, because,
It keeps you connected all the time.
oh my God, it's,
Yeah.
get the phone, get the Apple Watch, get this, no, everything is like connected to you. I haven't figured out this yet, to be
Okay.
honest. So maybe I don't want to do that yet. I just turned 40. I want to give another 5 years of, you know.
So you'll disconnect in like another 5 years. I mean, you can do it partially, but I understand because you have a lot of responsibilities. So many different restaurants in different Emirates and UAE, like even traveling back and forth. So you can't completely disconnect. And I think till now, whoever I've interviewed, they're going through the same problem as well. They find it hard to disconnect. And
Maybe on Instagram you see me nicely, maybe eating somewhere,
yeah.
going to the pool or beach. But you know, it's never disconnect.
It's like you're checking your phone. You keep constantly checking your phone.
Yeah, in a way.
Since we're talking about dining in Dubai, do you have any restaurant that you like to dine at, like other than your restaurants?
In Dubai?
Yeah. Or like in UAE?
In UAE, I think one very, very solid restaurant that I always enjoy, always, you know, I look up to is Tasha's Group.
Okay. Yes,
Man,
I've heard a lot about it.
yeah,
I've heard their breakfast is really good.
Natasha Sidris, she's a beast. And you know what? I like how she runs things. I like how she carries herself. No air about her, no hoo-ha. This woman works like a sniper, hides behind somewhere, camouflage, and shoots the target.
Nice. She knows what she's doing, basically.
She's my
Yeah,
inspiration.
that's good.
Yeah.
And with all this success, how do you stay grounded? Like, who's that one person who keeps you grounded?
God keeps me grounded. I believe in ups and downs. There's always ups and downs. When you're high up or you're going up, just keep calm. Just no need to,
Don't get arrogant.
no need to, knock on the gong and walk around the village because tomorrow there is going to be a down.
Okay, so for the last question, what is something your younger self would not believe about your life today?
Or how
Yeah.
my younger self would see me today?
Yeah.
Would believe? Oh, wow. This one has phases. How do I put this? I grew up in a very conservative family. We were not poor. We were not poor. Okay, my parents were okay. Were good. They had cars. We could drive in Singapore. But I wasn't pressed or told to be. You got to be a lawyer. Got to be a
Yeah,
doctor.
okay.
No. But I wanted to do my things. Right. I wanted to be a musician, play the
Yeah.
drums, and then ended up being a cook in the kitchen. So from being a cook in the kitchen, my aspirations or what I wanted to do was to be the head chef, to work overseas, come back, and celebrate it as a chef.
And you're doing all of that right now, which
Yes.
is amazing. So you wouldn't believe that about yourself.
No, I didn't even. I wouldn't even be thinking or
Yes.
even having sit here and tell a life story. No way. I would not even halfway.
That's amazing. Honestly, so proud of you. And this podcast has been so good, but we have two more segments left. One is a rapid fire, and the second one is the bigger picture challenge.
Okay.
So we'll start with the rapid fire. I'm
Okay.
going to ask you questions and just answer them as quickly as you can. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Moment in your life that didn't feel real.
Today.
Last movie you watched and loved.
What's this called? Top Gun.
Favorite fast food spot.
I think Jollibee.
A personality trait you don't like.
Show off.
And what is your most common nickname?
AK.
A country you've always wanted to explore.
Argentina.
Name a person who inspires you.
I cannot think anyone.
Really? Okay.
I have maybe it's too many. Like Hair Johari.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Bull's testicles.
And what is your favorite quote from a book or a movie?
Be good to people.
What is happiness to you?
Happiness is when I do good to 4 people.
Okay, that's really nice. Okay, next is the bigger picture challenge. So we have our sketchbook,
Okay.
and you have to draw a picture under a minute.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how are your sketching skills on a scale of 1 to 10?
6 maybe.
Okay, that's good. Draw something that reminds you of your childhood from Singapore. Something that takes you back.
Show you?
Yeah. Oh, you're done. In like 24 seconds. Sneakers,
Soccer
football.
boots. Soccer boots.
Oh,
Soccer boots.
okay. You used to play a lot of soccer there?
I like playing soccer. Well, I was never too good about playing soccer. I like watching. Back then, the Singapore football team was so good. I would put posters up on
okay.
on the players. Those days were people like, I don't know. I'm sure you don't know them, but it's Fandi Ahmad, Abbas Saad, all those days.
Okay.
They were the Lions, they call it. So I really enjoyed watching football. But I couldn't. I really wanted to be a football player.
But
no.
that was something. I mean, you did like 10 other things, so it's okay.
No, it was one other big thing. It was to help the family. So I wasn't gonna be a football player anyways. But
Okay. It reminds you of your childhood.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much
No,
for
thank you.
being part of this podcast and sharing your story with us. It was so amazing and it's so inspiring. I'm sure everyone who's listening got really inspired as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for all the other upcoming stories and episodes.